I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh Evanoff. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, featured Muay Thai champion, Angel Ortega. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. UFC, not really. That's a complete lie. UFC Abu Dhabi. There's something resembling a MMA card going down in Las Vegas at a empty warehouse. And then we also have some boxing, some other MMA stuff to go ahead and get through. Angel, man, before you break anything out, kind of, how you doing, man? You doing good? It's the Olympics. You've been watching some Olympics. You know?
We were talking about it earlier. I've been going hard on the Olympics, dude.
Yeah,
been pretty much keeping up. I think the last 3-4 days I've been going pretty hard on it.
Yeah, man. I've seen a couple clips. Shout out to the female rugby team that my fiance is making me watch. Dude, I will say, man, there was one clip I saw of just like a woman just ruthlessly stiff arming some.
The beach volleyball happened to be on in the morning, like at work when I was there, dude.
Yeah,
it was Japan versus Brazil. Dude, no joke. I saw that one of the Japanese girls was 2-on-2.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, she's hot. Like, I was just fucking, I'm just gonna put it out there, dude. I was just curious. I'm like, how old is she? I didn't think she was young. To clarify, dude, that woman was 38 years old, and I was like, damn, she looks good for her age.
Hey, man. Asians do not.
38-year-old Olympian.
I've come to the conclusion that like everybody ages just better than white people. So I mean. It makes sense. You know what I mean?
What white person? Well, no, actually,
there's some white people who age well.
Why am I blanking on the actors' names right now? I can see all their faces. Don't you hate this? You know names,
yes,
and then you're trying to make something, and then you forget. But our boy from Mission Impossible.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Cruise. Hey, man, if you talk shit about Tom Cruise, I'll spit in your face.
The guy from why am I blanking on all these guys' names? Like I know them. Guy from Gladiator.
Fuck. Oh my god. I know who you're talking about too. Why can't we think Russell Crowe?
Yeah, I mean he aged well too.
Yeah.
What's the other kind of like movie like Gladiator? I can't even think of the name of it.
I can't think of it.
300.
300. Yeah. There's people who age. There are some whites who age well, but for the most part, I feel like we age the worst. You know what I mean? Just gonna put it out there, man. Like,
I mean, Asians age gracefully.
That's true. I just feel like. And I feel like I could say it as the white representative on the show here, because I'm representing, the whole community, and we don't age well. I'm just gonna go and say it. I mean, it's on an average basis, I feel like we age the worst of all the races. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'd love to see some stat.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
Asians,
actually, I don't even know if I should make this comment.
But Asians are actually probably like, how like other races kind of side up with like the main two. Like there's white people and there's black people. I feel like every race just kind of follows behind them. You know what I mean? Like. We got the Asians. I feel like the white.
I wonder, fight-wise, what race has aged best in combat? You know what I mean? Like, as far as like the record, like they've been able to fight and have long longevity. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And
probably,
like positive record.
I feel like honestly Mexicans. It's just because you guys have that fighting spirit.
I feel like Brazil's up there too, dude.
No, but also you got to, dude. You should think about boxing. Think about boxing. Okay, Chavez fought until he was 50, and there's like a bunch of guys like that. You know
you're not wrong.
More than generic white.
At least into their early 40s for sure.
Exactly. Roberto Duran wasn't Mexican. He was
Cuban.
Cuban
or Puerto Rican. I know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I could see the flag. I'm pretty sure it's Cuban.
Panamanian.
Oh, my mistake.
There we go. He fought until he was 50, I think, too. But not Mexican. But you get what I'm saying.
My mistake.
But I've done a lot of like, you know what I mean? Like I've done like a lot of lists and shit of like just like random articles I've written about. It's like top 10 oldest boxers. A lot of them turn out to be Mexican. So
really
that have success. So that's for what it's worth.
Is there any other group that has followed close behind? Germans, maybe?
I feel like Germans are a good pick. Because a lot of Europeans do tend to stay around for a long time. You know what I mean?
Derek Chisora,
dude. Derek Chisora beating fucking Joe Joyce. I mean,
Carlos Talk.
Yo, shout out Carlos Talkham, dude. Shout out Carlos Talkham, dude. Shout out him. I love me some Carlos Talkham. He got robbed against AJ. That was an early stoppage 8 years ago. God damn it! He came in short notice too, and everything. They robbed him. I mean, he was down 9 rounds to 1 whenever the stoppage happened, but fuck it. Come on, man.
You never know what he could have done.
You don't know, man. You don't know. And it's not over until it's over. Okay. So that's all I got to say. All right. So anyways, man, I think we should go ahead and before we get started, actually, 2 sponsors of the show, folks. Rogue Energy and ELYXR. Rogue Energy can be filled up whether I'm at the gym, whether I'm at home, whether I'm at work. They give me the finish line. They can get you there as well with code SOUNDOFF. All caps. Code SOUNDOFF at checkout for 10% off. ELYXR, meanwhile, they're going to get you really high with their Delta 8 products. And they got it all. What's so funny over there?
Dude, I don't know why, but the cat's being really, really fucking cute right now.
Yeah, Theo. Shout out my little boy, my little man. Best cat in the universe. But yeah, man, ELYXR, 10% off, code SOUNDOFF, all caps as well. You know, I feel like I deserve some credit. Never had an ad read on the show. This is all off the top of my head, folks. Never.
Well, initially you would, but it didn't take very long for you to just
rattle it off. You know,
yeah.
I got the gift of gab. I got the gift of gab and the gift of jab, ladies and gentlemen. You can't stop me. Okay. You know who also had the gift of jab on Saturday night? That was Umar Nurmagomedov facing Corey Sandhagen. Now, look, I'll say first off, I don't agree with these scorecards, but
the 50-45 was horrific.
Hey, man, he was fighting in Abu Dhabi. This is something we mentioned last week. He's going into enemy territory. He's going to have
Can you pull up MMA decisions?
Yes, sir. So, Umar Nurmagomedov defeating Corey the Sandman Sandhagen by unanimous decision in the UFC Abu Dhabi main event, UFC on ABC 7, however you want to call it. Ends up defeating him 50-45, 49-46, 49-46. Most people had it 49-46. Some people had it 48-47. I think most people agree Sandhagen had some early success, but over the course of the fight ends up, being taken down, not able to have as much success. Even on the feet, Umar.
That 1% that thought Sandhagen beat him 50-45.
Yeah, I didn't know that they let fucking Stevie Wonder go ahead and
dude, Jesus
score MMA
Christ.
fights. Yeah, man. I agree with the decision, but overall, I don't agree with the scorecards. Give me your thoughts of the fight, man. And Umar, who, look, man, we said it going in. He has not fought anybody. Should he be ranked number 10? Should he be getting this fight? Fuck no. But it's how he performs, and he performed, very well. Is it enough to earn him a title shot, which seems to be what they're going to do?
With the state of the division, I mean, it pretty much seems like it, I mean, do you mind pulling up the rankings?
Sir.
I mean, Piotr Jan recently got a victory.
But is injured.
And he's kind of shooting for a fight against Figgy, which we'll get to that later. That's probably another person who will get in this who will get mixed in the conversation. Sandhagen probably would have been that guy if he would have got this.
Yeah, I mean, it should have. I'm going to go and say something here. Should have been Sandhagen already. I mean, if you're going to give Cheeto Vera a title shot for beating Pedro Munoz, why don't you give Sandhagen a shot for beating Vera before that? Makes no sense, but whatever. Feel bad for Corey, man. I just feel bad for Corey. But at the same time, like you said, look at the state of vision. Merab, Sean, fighting next month, the Sphere.
It's kind of a trip, though, because it's kind of like, dang, like, Sean, if Sean wins or Merab wins, they know who's next in line. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, unless they decide to go Figgy, which I'd be surprised about.
I doubt it. I don't think they would.
Look, I said this last week. It's been wild to see like the UFC so transparently want a guy to be good. And that's Umar right now. They want him to be champion at all costs. So
I mean, he looked good.
Give him
credit where credit's due. He looked good in the fight. Coach Habib had to go off on him a few times.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at Umar. He's just in this position. He's in this position because the UFC shows favoritism towards him, but he has to win the fight still. So I don't blame him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think he probably beat Sean. Honestly, I think a Merab matchup would be way more interesting.
I think right now he does. Granted, though. We'll have to see. To see. We still have to see Sean beats Merab, and then if he even gets to that Usman fight.
Exactly. And I think
we got to see what he shows in that fight because we don't know. What if he goes in there and it's a blowout? He gets Merab out of there, or what if it's a hard fought 5 rounds? Sean shows grit, good counter wrestling. There's a lot to it yet. He could come out of that fight looking like him going into that potential Umar fight.
I agree with you. And ultimately, it comes down to how he performs against Merab. I'm very interested. I mean, honestly, I want to see Umar against both those guys, man. And I don't really care in what order as long as the fights happen because both those matchups are so interesting. I'd much rather see him fight Merab personally. I think that'd be a more compelling fight.
You know something? I felt the same way, and I didn't know if you were going to agree with me on that, if I was going to get called out on it.
I think stylistically, I mean,
I think Umar striking's better though. That's the only issue. By quite a bit.
By quite a bit.
And we've seen that.
Yeah. But I also think Merab is such a good grappler. He's such a good gas tank. I think it could stick with him for the 5
Dude,
rounds.
what do you mean? The guy who got tagged by Marlon Moraes with no chin?
Hey, you know what,
I'm
man?
just kidding.
That was Marlon. Hey, man, look, Tony Ferguson knocked down Michael Chandler in his 8-fight losing streak. He knocked down Bobby Green. Old fighters still have moments, you know? They just need one.
I'm memeing.
Yeah, I know.
That's a Officer Moraes now, by the way.
Officer Moraes. You know, I don't know why. A lot of former MMA fighters become cops, but that's just, I don't. Johnny Hendricks is a cop.
Yeah, he's a big one.
Shout out. Dude, Johnny Hendricks, like 10 years ago, almost beat GSP and then like was a cop within like 6 years. It's like, holy shit.
That's how life is,
Like,
bro.
I know. Shout out Oklahoma's finest down there, Johnny Hendricks.
And then Johnny Hendricks is going up a weight class and getting knocked out by Paulo Costa at 185.
Dude, that was the meanest fight of all time, dude. That was the meanest fucking fight.
This is fucked up, right? Johnny's going on the weight, like, looks like me, dude, right now.
Dude.
Going up to the scale.
The craziest part too is that people forget this. He stuck to 170 because he's missing weight all the time. He moved to 185. He beat Hector Lombard, I was like, all right, good win.
Dude, but Hector Lombard has like weird losses in the
Hector
record.
Lombard at that time was also on a losing streak, so it was kind of like, lose to lose the UFC. Or it was gonna, whatever. And then after that, Johnny Hendricks lost to Tim Boach. He got knocked out. And then they booked him against Paulo Costa.
By the way, they totally should have made that fight, Hector Lombard versus Tyrone Woodley, whenever they were going back and forth.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, there's a lot of fights that, like,
granted, that was outside
Hector
of the UFC.
Lombard, whenever he first came to the UFC, I was like, fuck, dude.
What was his downfall? Like, wasn't he doing very well?
Yeah, he won his first 3 by knockout and then popped for roids. And then,
oh, man, that did it, huh?
Yeah, and then, hey, look, brother, I think everybody should be able to do it. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. And back, dude, but he also failed pre-USADA, which I don't know how you do. Like, this is why I remember I've always said, like, Jake Paul's on steroids, and everybody's like, but he passed the pre-fight drug test. I'm like, dude, it's an IQ test. Like, that's literally what
Josh is like. I could pass the drug test,
dude. I could shoot up if I had a fight in November. And I could shoot up now and pass that drug test, like literally live on the show, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, I guess he's clean." like
he pissed clean though.
Piss is clean. You can't, hey man.
We did the B sample, came back clean.
Exactly. My lot actually was contaminated. I'm like Ryan Garcia's. The mother, dude, he literally opened the thing, put some shit in there, and was like, "Yo, guys," and then they're like, "Oh shit, Ryan, my bad, 8 month suspension." It's like, what do you mean? What? Are you fucking kidding me? It's the fucking ashwagandha.
Dude, the best part is he went like on Instagram and posted a clip with a fucking supplement bottle.
Yes.
He's like, why
did you do this? The ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. No. Shh. No Diddy. Like, dude, he's having a whole mental breakdown. It's not funny, but it is still various things he's done throughout have been very fucking funny.
He like announces a new girlfriend and then posts his wife and his kid.
I know. And then he's like, I love my wife. And then the next 2 hours later, it's like, man,
Jesus is my savior.
And then 2 hours later, he's like, man, I fucking hate my wife. She won't let me see my kid. And then a day later, it's like, oh, I love my wife. And the next day, he broke into his wife's house. It's something like every fucking day. You know what I mean?
John Jones.
You didn't hear about that one?
What?
About him like breaking into his wife's house?
I did not know about that one.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, he broke into his wife's house and threatened killers.
Right?
Allegedly.
Okay.
He broke into his... They both posted about it on their Instagram stories and deleted it like an hour later. But apparently, it was like broke the window and got in the house. And like there were like text messages from him saying...
Get the fuck out!
from him to her saying he was going to beat the shit out of her. It was a whole thing. But it really flew under the radar because
It wasn't like foreplay? It wasn't like a mistake?
No. It was like he broke into their house like late at night and was like, doing
Do you think Jay Oma could take care of this?
Who?
Jay Oma?
Who's Jay Oma?
The guy I showed you.
Oh shit. Jay Oma Law would probably help Ryan Garcia out.
He'd be like, okay, Ryan, so she actually attacked you. And you had to defend yourself.
You had to defend yourself, Ryan.
You had
enough. Dude, he is literally, he's real life Saul Goodman. I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean, he's so, I just, some I don't even know what to say.
It's impressive, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Look, man, yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah.
You look how we went from Umar and Corey Sandhagen to fucking Jay Oma.
I mean, hey man, Jay Oma actually worked to make sure that Umar got his 50-45 on fight night. That's actually, he was the one working with the judges to make sure that.
They're like, you only saw Umar in that fight.
He's like, bro, hey, Corey Sandhagen did not.
Is he a fucking Jedi?
He is, basically. You've seen the videos. This is not the bantamweight contender you're looking for. Oh, fuck. Anyways, yeah, man. Good for Umar. He's going to fight for the title next. You know, I don't have a lot to say about it. I don't have a lot to say.
Are you disappointed?
I am.
Dude, I feel like you're this week or the people last week when Bilal won the title.
Yeah, basically. Because, well, here's my thought process on it. I've said this on the show before.
Because Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, as a fight, entertainment value-wise, was going to be fire.
That's not even it. Because I think an Umar fight's fun, too. And I like Umar's
style.
No,
he can't. No, yeah.
But for me, I've said this on the show before. I like guys who actually work for the stuff that they do. And Umar was ranked number 10 already with beating no ranked... Not even, half of the guys... let me...
Hey, you ever going to say, though, it's not about what you do, it's about who you know?
That it's not about exactly that. And it's also about how you do it. And he was smashing these guys, but it's like, dude, I had to watch Bilal fucking go through the trenches of fucking Vietnam in order to get a title shot. And Leon Edwards and all these guys who they don't like. But Umar, because he has the last name Nurmagomedov, got accelerated to number 10, and then he got accelerated to a fight with number 3. Corey is in that position of being a Bilal Muhammad. Should have gotten a title shot already. And so they're like, oh shit, you got to fight this guy in Abu Dhabi.
Dude, but when you take it
rebooked and everything.
But it's not even just that, dude. But you take it back and look at the Corey Sandhagen picture, dude.
The whole arc.
He's only lost to, I don't know all the losses because I don't know if there's ones pre-Aljo and Piotr. Oh no, TJ. That's 3.
But that fight was not a good.
I thought he beat TJ.
Yeah.
How many losses? So he has 5 total losses. What's the first one?
Umar, Piotr Yan, TJ Dillashaw, Jamal Emmers on the regional.
But Jamal Emmers is a good guy.
Yeah, up at featherweight too. That's actually kind of fun. Huh.
Yeah. But what I was saying is, dude, 3 of those guys are former champions. TJ Dillashaw, all-time great bantamweight. Piotr Yan, short-lived champion. Aljo, one of the best bantamweights ever compete in the whole, and probably ever.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he has the most bantamweight title defenses of all time. Yeah. Which sounds crazy because there's only 3 or 4, I think.
Well, good.
It's only 3. Yeah. It's
only 3, but regardless, now Umar is, he's taken one out of quick. And dude, the thing is, those fights, obviously the Aljo one kind of heartbreaking for him, quick submission, rough loss. But the Piotr one, hard fought, banger fucking fight. TJ Dillashaw, banger fight. In my opinion, deserved to win.
Yeah.
And dude, right there, he would have look.
He would have gotten a title shot.
TJ was right there. He got and then fucking TJ. No hate to TJ. Shows
shit happens.
I
don't blame him for that.
Shoulder dislocation issues. I get it,
dude. People blamed him for that, but dude, I think you got to put yourself in that shoes.
Not even just that, dude. The guy went out there and still wanted to fight.
Yeah, I mean, you're 36. You're you're going into a fight hurt, but it's dude, at your age, with the miles, with everything, this is your one last shot at glory.
Why wouldn't you take the risk, right?
Why wouldn't you take the risk? It doesn't hurt. So yeah, I get where he's coming from, but yeah, man, I just don't like whenever the UFC clearly shows favoritism towards the guy. That's just it. I am disappointed. I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm absolutely disappointed. It doesn't feel like a sport half the time anymore. He's 32.
Fuck,
32 this year. Umar, in case you're curious, I actually don't even know his age.
He's young. He's
young, yeah.
28 max, maybe.
That's
my god, what a fucking
on
read.
The dots.
What a read out of dad.
God damn.
What a read out of dad.
Fucking, oh my god. Off the board and everything.
Fucking Nostradamus in here, dude.
Bang. All right. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, man. Good for Umar. We'll see him fight for the title next. And
in 2025.
And I'm sure he'll win the belt, and then he'll be like, you know what? I'm actually moving to featherweight next. And then look at my title shot. I don't know how this fucking sport works. Did you see
the combined Nurmagomedov record? 64-0?
It's absurd. Yeah. It's fucking absurd.
Or higher than that? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's something like that. I get why they're promoting him. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's an even more fun fighter than Khabib if you really think about it. Man.
Oh, 100%.
He's not as entertaining on the mic or anything like that, though. So I get.
Dude, no joke. He sounds like baby Khabib when he talks. Yeah, at least to me.
He kind of does.
He sounds like what I would imagine teenage Khabib would sound like.
Yeah. Anyways, man, I think there's even less to say about this co-main event than there is about the main event.
Oh, dude, another thing that broke my heart. I didn't even mention this, dude. When Corey's walking up to the stage, dude, I see Ryan Hall in the corner, Trevor Whitman. I'm like, dude, we're in. We're fucking in,
done.
baby.
It's over.
It's in. And then the fight happens, and it's fucking tragedy.
They should have had Ryan Hall in there fighting no more.
Yeah, imagine what he would have done to him.
Dude, I miss Ryan Hall so much, dude.
I mean, he's done. He hasn't. I don't think he's publicly come out with a retirement yet.
No, I mean, a year ago, he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting my fucking 17th surgery and hoping to fight later this year." And there's been nothing since, so he's quietly retired.
It's all good.
It is what it is. Like I said, even less to say about this co-main event. Sharbutin Magomedov defeats
Josh's
Michelle
favorite fight of the night.
I just wish he weren't a douchebag so I could like him. You know what I mean? But Sharbutin Magomedov defeats Michelle ELYXR 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. I was thinking about this the other day. If you look at Sharbutin's UFC career up to this point, he's just demolished everybody. Now, granted, not the highest level of competition, but he's demolished everybody. We should give the contract to the guy that he fought in the mall that he was mad at for kissing his girlfriend. Because that guy gave a better fight than Michelle ELYXR did on
chin,
Saturday.
right?
Yeah, that guy had a fucking chin on him. Hey, Sharbutin had to sneak him. He had to sneak him to knock the guy out. It's true. He waited outside the mall. That guy, hey, man, that was a 10-9 for Sharbutin. It was a close fight, man. Up until he fucking sucker punched him. So, look, man, but by the way, so he defeats Michelle ELYXR. That was the last fight on Sharbutin Magomedov's deal. He's a free agent as of now.
They're going to re-sign him.
They are going to re-sign him. However, I have to be honest with you, he called out Nick Diaz after the fight. For that call out, Sharbutin calling out Nick Diaz, send his ass to the PFL. Get him the fuck out of here. Calling out Nick Diaz right now, bro? Come on, man. What are you?
He's here for a good time.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a good time to me, brother. I mean, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that's not a good time for Char Bullet, does it?
I'm sure he'll have fun beating up the corpse of a fucking I think Nick's only 40, but you get my point. Like, god damn, I don't want to see that at all, man.
I don't even know who they're gonna get. Because in theory, they're gonna eventually get him into the ranking somehow.
You know how they're gonna. You know his next fight, Cedric Dumas, who won on the other card. Oh, no joke. I think that's probably it.
And then after that, or right the phone, right?
After that, yeah, or something like that. I really don't know how they're gonna take him because they clearly want to promote this.
And
kid,
he literally can't fight in the States.
and he's so entertaining. Well, I mean, I told you that they could figure it out. I guarantee you they're going to figure it out.
they could. But the thing is, I feel like they would have been identified now. There's clearly trouble in the way.
I agree with you. There's definitely a lot of trouble.
And we know it's not a visa issue because he literally came to the States to film a movie.
I think they can figure it out because I do know that there are
Yeah, dude, they're going to go to some reservation in the middle of buttfuck nowhere so you could fight.
Hey, man, the Cherokee Nation. Shout out OKC, man. Hey, they could do it.
Stand up.
Stand up. Yeah, but anyway, so I do think they could find a place. Like,
speaking about that, did you see LeBron's producing a movie called Resball?
No.
It's about these kids on a reservation to play basketball.
I love that, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, dude.
I don't know. I mean, that's a very shitty breakdown of it, but
that's based. I mean, hey,
it's gonna be on Netflix, by the way.
That's pretty sick, dude. Hey, man, I feel like reservations.
No Adam Sandler, by the way.
Aren't. Damn. Fuck.
Dude, there was this TV show on Hulu that I want to watch. It was literally about these kids who lived on a reservation, but it's like
I was gonna watch that too.
What's it called?
Reservation Dogs, I think, or some shit.
I think it's called Res Dogs or some shit.
Yeah, and I've heard it's actually really good.
It's really it's interesting because I am not Native American. I did not grow up in a reservation, so it's not like I would get probably some of the jokes and maybe comedy and relate.
Yeah, I like to meme, but I'm 8% Cherokee or some shit. My dad literally listed as Native American because my grandma lived on a reservation. Shout out her on my dad's side. So I'm partially Native American, but I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to reservations or anything like that. But I have thought about watching that. I know the exact thing you're talking about. This shows you how much there is to talk about the co-main that we're now talking about reservation dogs. But I mean, should go for Sharbutin. We'll see what happens. The more important fight,
that should have been the main event.
Absurd, it wasn't.
Or the co-main at least.
Yeah, there you go. Defeating Marlon Cheeto Vera 29-28, 29-28, 30-27. Dude,
knocked down Cheeto Vera, by the way,
which is absurd.
Dude, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. There was a moment where they finally met up, in the cage, they're kind of moving, they're in their stance. Dude, Davison looked significantly smaller in there.
Dude, he is.
But he's fucking making it happen, motherfucker.
He might be even better at 135 than he is at 125.
He's so confident.
He really is. I feel like now that he's not draining himself, he's just you know what? I'm just going to go out there and go full force. I can do whatever I want.
This one was, I got to say,
he beat the shit out of him. I didn't even think this was a 29-28.
I thought it was no.
I mean, Cheeto.
I felt for Cheeto, dude, because I'm kind of damn, this kind of Cheeto's a good guy, but it's just kind of and he has skills, but it's what is
he was just outgunned.
He didn't activate. He never activated it.
No. Yeah, man. Since going up to bantamweight, he beat the shit out of Rob Font. Submitted Cody Garbrandt, and Cody No Love was looking, looked good, and heading into that fight. And then he beat Marlon Vera, man. He's looking so good. If they would have given him if they give him the title shot, I wouldn't even complain.
As a former champion, I think you could get away with it.
Yeah. Nate ranked number 5 now, I believe, as well, up at 135. I wouldn't have an issue with it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, They are going to go to.
I'm not gonna lie though. I feel
and
like
I'd love
his
to see
bantamweight career, even though it's only 3 fights, should have been quicker, in my opinion. Just because he was a former champion.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they're taking him so slow. But I
feel like he should have had. I mean, Don't get me wrong. Rothman was a big fight for him.
Yeah,
He's a ranked opponent, but I felt like it should have been maybe that fight and then like Cheeto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's a little bit weird the way you've kind of.
The granted, obviously Cody, former champ too, right?
Yeah, and
No
it won 2 in
disrespect.
a row by knockout, so it's not. He was kind of.
So
back,
it's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, even round one. I thought round one of that fight I was like, damn, dude, he's fucking back, man. Shit.
But it feels though like it should have been a quicker.
Yeah.
Quicker. Granted, like I said, it's only 3 fights, but it
Guy,
felt like it should have taken maybe like 1 or 2 fights.
I agree with you. I want to see David sitting against Peter Yan next.
I mean, they're down. They're DTF.
Yeah, I need that, dude. Inject that into my fucking veins.
They're
dude.
DTF.
Give me 5 rounds of that. Oh, anyways, man, we have to talk about it, Angel. We have to.
This fight was a blur for me. Can I be honest? Like, I didn't even feel like I was there when it was happening. I saw it too. Like, I was paying attention.
It was so anticlimactic.
Yes.
This is how you know it's the end.
Which is a good thing though, because Tony didn't get hurt.
Tony didn't take any more brain damage than he needed, but I mean, Michael Chiesa took him down and just choked him out instantly. 3 minutes 44 seconds of the first round. Afterwards, Tony leaves one glove on the mat. And he said he's taking one home with him just in case he changes his mind. It was kind of like a nice retirement moment. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that's the closest thing you're going to get to retirement for Tony Ferguson. And I thought, okay, nice moment. And 15 minutes later, that fucker goes to the post-fight press conference. It's like, hey guys, I'm not retiring.
I'm back.
5 fights in a title shot, baby. Woo! And it's like Tony. It's not Tony time, man. It's not Tony time.
Tony
brother.
time,
It's
bitches.
not, dude, champ shit only. But come on, man. What are we doing? Like,
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Shannon brings in the bill. Let's go, champ.
when is enough, man? Because at a certain point, like, he's at Charles Bennett levels of a losing streak.
Felony Charles Bennett.
He beat Sam Alvey's record. He beat BJ. They're all the losing records. They don't even look nearly as bad in comparison. Because at least those guys, it's like, oh shit, BJ Penn lost by a majority draw here, a split decision there. Sam Alvey, same thing. He had a draw in the middle. Tony Ferguson just got
won 2 rounds. Near the very end of BJ's career, though, they were getting bad. I mean, he got heel hooked. No disrespect,
dude, but
he got heel hooked by Ryan Hall. He got submitted by. He was the first person to ever submit BJ Penn, right?
So Ryan Hall got him. He was the first one to ever submit BJ Penn. He got him with a heel hook. That was December 2018.
If I'd say anything, just let it go.
Yeah, there we go. So he submitted him December 2018. So he fought Clay Guida, I think, after that. And Clay Guida, he beat. It was like a split decision in there. Like, BJ Penn had some moments. Tony Ferguson won 2 rounds across, he won 2 rounds across 8 fights, which is absurd. Like, that's absolutely absurd, dude. And, you know me, I love me some Tony Ferguson, Tony time, all that. But I don't need to see him fight anybody ever again. I'm at the point now where it's like, hey, man, Tony Ferguson, if you want to fight, look at me. I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up, Tony Ferguson. Put it in BKFC.
I don't even
Put
know
it in
if you should say
BKFC.
that.
Put it in BKFC. We'll do it. We'll run it. And then when he beats the shit out of me, at least Tony Ferguson got to win. Because that's the point where I'm at as a Tony Ferguson fan. I'll let you beat the shit out of me. Because
What a good man.
I'm tired of watching Tony Ferguson lose. If you're PFL, do you even pick him up? No, I don't think so.
If you have any morals, you don't.
If you're BKFC, I don't even think BKFC would pick him up because we've never seen anybody look this bad for this long. Of a stretch.
What's his name? In BKFC, you remember we talked about it a few weeks ago that literally
Melvin Gillard, maybe
couldn't get medically cleared anymore.
Melvin Gillard, yes, but I think it's even a little bit different because Melvin Gillard had moments in fights. You know what I mean? Like Tony Ferguson,
Josh, he got knocked out for like 6 fights in a row.
I know, but at least he had moments where he would land punches, dude.
Dude, I think Melvin Gillard might have died mid-fight and came back.
He pulled a Dada 5000. He pulled a Dada 5000, bro. That's what he did. Yeah, man, I love me Tony Ferguson, dude, and I really think he's one of the greatest of all time. But at a certain point, enough's enough, and the UFC's done with him, and I think he should just retire in general.
It's one of the saddest endings to a career.
Not in there. I don't even think.
In my time of watching the sport too,
dude. And I've been watching longer than you, and I've never seen anything this sad. Because, like I said,
BJ Penn was pretty sad.
BJ Penn was pretty sad, but like I said, at least he had moments. Like there were fights that were close to where you could argue. That's the reason why I kept on fighting, is to be like, oh shit, I lost a split decision to this fucking guy. All right, maybe I'll go out there. I'll fight a guy who's more, you know.
But then when you saw BJ getting knocked outside
of the lava shack and in the big island of Hawaii and Hilo, and you're just like, fuck, man, that's tough. I'm not gonna say anything more because that guy signs my checks. But at the same time, like, it's just rough. And BJ Penn is a legend, man. And
he's dude.
And he's turned his life around. I will
not even just that, but like people talk like fighters, like actual fighters talk about BJ in the all-time great conversation. Like,
well, if you know what you're talking about, you have to have BJ because he was just so good during his prime. I mean, the motherfucker took a round off Lyoto Machida at heavyweight. So
hey, bro, like, I will always bring. I think he didn't do that bad.
He didn't do that.
I thought he could have won it.
He could have won it. But look, man, Tony Ferguson, hopefully.
Honestly, he was robbed.
Dude, by the way, Michael Chiesa, after he won, he said, if I would have lost to Tony Ferguson, I would have retired, which is just like, holy shit, dude.
I mean, can you blame him?
No, but still, it's like that.
By the way, speaking about, Michael Chiesa retired, dude, I thought he was like done.
I thought he was too after he lost to Kevin Holland.
I mean, I think he might give it another shot, but it's to be very short lived.
He said he wants Colby Covington next. What do you think about Michael Chiesa, Colby Covington? I wouldn't hate it.
The shit talk would be great.
And let's be honest here, Colby's not going to fight natural contenders, so why even fuck around?
Hey, you make a fucking good point right there.
Like, I'm not
delusional. We'll get Michael Chiesa paid, right?
I'm not delusional, dude. I don't think that Colby Covington at age fucking 37 or whatever now, he's like, oh shit, now it's time for me to fight contenders. You know?
Colby's out here fucking playing poker professionally and shit.
And good for him. Like, if you've made your money, step out of the game all you want. Just don't lie to me and tell me like, oh yeah, dude, I'm still in my prime. I need a title shot, dude. Like, yeah, he's gonna be 37 in about 6 months. So a bit off, but close.
I don't know. I forgot what it is, but if you go look at Colby's record, he doesn't have a victory over a guy in the UFC since I don't know what year. It's RDA. But you gotta think about
6 years.
But think about it. How close is it? Think about how close RDA is to being removed from the sport too.
You got to think about it too. RDA is not even a welterweight anymore. He's been at 155. He's at 155 now.
Who's even before?
So okay, hold on. Let's go through his entire record. Okay, Jorge Masvidal not fighting, gone for these. Tyron Woodley gone. Robbie Lawler gone. RDA still active,
on the verge of retiring.
At lightweight. Damian Maia gone. Kim Dong Hyun gone. Brian Barberena gone. Max Griffin still in the UFC, I believe.
But if I remember right, he's had some ups and downs.
He's had a lot of ups and downs. He's like a gatekeeper, which is fine, but he's fun. Jonathan Munier
is that even a real person?
I mean, allegedly. I'm pretty sure I even saw this fight. I think this guy was very good. He's like a French dude, or like French Canadian, I think.
He fought Nazarene
Quebec.
That's
he's
funny.
from Quebec. Okay, and then he beat Mike Pyle, who not in the UFC anymore, retired. And then two more guys who don't even have Wikipedia pages are his UFC wins. So, yeah, there you go. Fuck it. Colby Covington, Michael Chiesa. Let's do it. I don't give a shit. I'm down. We'll see if he can send.
You stole me on it.
Michael Chiesa the 7th layer of hair.
Jesus.
I can't fucking believe that. I can't, dude. I don't even know how Leon ever got mad about him saying his dad was in hell, because he said the 7th. He'd send you to the 7th layer of hair, like your dad is. Like, he meant to say hell, but he just said hair. Like, God, like Colby's a fucking clown, bro. I love. Like, sometimes he makes me laugh because he's just so bad at it. It's fucking hilarious. But anyways, he's like a wrestler, like at a fucking indie show in a gym, dude. That's what his promo.
Every now and then, though, he has some decent ones. Dude, Kamshot Chimaev was up there,
dude. Bro. He has some, dude. Hey, man, this is what I've said about like guys who like. It's
Street Judas something.
Yes, yeah, dude. There's some good ones that he has. But like, if you talk into a microphone like 24 hours a day, you're gonna have some bangers by virtue of time.
What do you call Shockbot? Chickbot?
It wasn't. I didn't like his from what I remember.
It was weak.
It was pretty weak. It was pretty weak. But also, it's also weak whenever you won't fucking fight any of these guys, bro. What are you doing, man? Come shot Chimaev, like, oh man, that's funny. And then you're like, oh shit, wait a minute. He declined to fight against him like 7 times. Oh, why should I care? Like. Oh shit! You talk shit about Ian Gary. You called him a cuck. All right. Well, you declined to fight against a cuck. So what does that make you? I mean, what are you gonna do? So, anyways, man. Shout out Mackenzie Dern defeating Lupi. I love me some Lupi Godinez. I also love me some Mackenzie Dern. Love this fight. Love to see it. She wants Tatiana Suarez next.
Respect.
Give me that. Give me that.
By the way, like in no like weirdo way, like she was in insane shape.
She was
in insane shape.
She was locked in.
Like this is one of the times that I looked at a fighter's body like change going into a fight, and I was kind of like, damn, that is a big change. Like this person is at nice chop. It's clipping the fucking chair.
Yeah, no, I see.
But she was at peak performance here. Like, and dude, her hands look good. Like this might have been
her best version.
Might have been her best performance.
And it's against somebody who Loopy is red hot right now. Loopy's been red hot, I'd say, for the last year or two. She just gets.
But dude, Mackenzie
only lost
Dern
was to Janet Jaroba, who might fight for the title. You know, so it's
Mackenzie Dern was DTF this week, dude. She was down to fight. Just got to clarify for the fucking weirdos out there.
Yeah, we do. We always got to clarify, just in case you guys aren't new. If we say DTF means down to fight, we have our down to fight fighter of the week.
We got to make sure in case the BC's watching, you know.
Yeah, right. Oh man, so yeah, man, I love Mackenzie Dern. I love that fight against Suarez, dude. Give me that. I don't like. Suarez deserves a title shot, obviously. But selfishly, it's like, dude, I want to see the grappling exchanges. Although at the same time, I'd watch her if they can't do that. Dern against Janet Jaroba, the ground exchanges, insane in that one. Both Brazilian, allegedly. So,
Mackenzie Dern is Brazilian.
I'm just doing the bit. But look, man. Also on the main card, shout out Joel Alvarez. The finishing streak continues. What a dog!
All finishes. I think all his victories are finishes.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude. I don't even think he's ever been to the scorecards at all. Let me see. Maybe once?
Is it kill or be killed for him only?
One decision loss. And that was
Demir Ismagulov.
Yep.
I remember that fight. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, man. I love me some Joel Alvarez. We'll see what he does.
By the way, that finish was brutal, dude. Like I rewatched it and I'm like, fuck, dude. That's bad.
And Alex Brenner's a bad dude.
Like that night I was like, oh, that's bad. And then I rewatched it, I was like, damn, that's really fucking bad.
It was. And as far as the undercard goes, I mean, Asmat Murakanov knocking out Alonzo Mendes.
When does that guy get the push, right?
I'm surprised they haven't done it.
Is he ranked already? Can you?
So he's ranked 11, 14-0. 14-0, 3 wins by knockout.
And I think he's like 36 too.
35.
35. Yeah, 1 year off.
Yeah, man. He's a bad motherfucker, man. Very excited to see him moving forward. Also in the card, Muhammad Yahya suffering a loss. Shamil Gaziev defeating...
Not Ronnie Yahya.
No, I have to clarify. Not the 7,000-year-old Ronnie Yahya. Shamil Gaziev defeating Dontel Mays. Guram Kutaladze picking up a win. Sam Hughes picking up a win. Jai Herbert picking up a win. And then Cedric Dumas, who I will have to eat a little bit of crow. Talked a lot of shit about him last week. Did pick up a win.
Did you not see his opponent, bro?
Yeah, I mean, his opponent shouldn't be in the UFC either. It was a loser leave town matchup, but I mean, well, maybe not because they gave him a new deal before.
Who did Guram fight again? I can't see it from here.
Who did fight again?
Guram. Oh, Jordan Vucenic.
Yeah.
Dude, I was heartbroken about that. I fell for my boy Jordan.
Yeah. But overall, man, as far as the Abu Dhabi card, it was good. I mean, it was fun. They had some fights fall out. Obviously, it wasn't as fun as it could have been, but yeah, man, solid night of fights.
Oh,
the unfortunate part.
Did you see that the people felt some type of they had a unique crew there? I forgot what it was, but the announce team was Felder.
I believe so. It was anytime they go outside of the
Felder,
US, it's a weird
DC, right? Felder DC and the English guy, right? Who I forget his name.
Oh my god, I know. John Gooden or what is it?
I think so. Yeah. Was that the group they had?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember people were like,
he's the one who used to be with Dan Hardy all the time.
People were like, this is an interesting lineup.
Yeah, they have some weird. They don't use that guy enough, man. I remember whenever him and Dan Hardy used to do shows all the time. I was like, dude, that's my best.
Well, they're a good duo, though.
That was the best team, dude. And they had to fire Dan Hardy because he had the audacity to be unhappy about stoppages.
If you could construct your own lineup for a card, what would you want it to be?
Oh man, this is probably an
unpopular for the next pay-per-view. Let's say you get to pick the next lineup. For the
this is an unpopular opinion, and you know me, and you know.
I already know who you're picking. Go ahead.
I like the A-team lineup. I actually, if
they don't, Rampage,
if they don't. Yeah, dude, the A-team 2010, the reboot. You know, no, I actually think if they're reined in and they don't go into podcasting mode, which they do half the time, but whenever they're on their form, Rogan, DC, and John Anik are the best team. Whenever they're all on form.
Yeah,
but the issue is that half the time they'll get stuck on like some.
Has Seiko had the pleasure of working with Rogan yet?
No, she has not.
I would love to see how she would do with that.
I would love to do. You know what? I'd actually do Rogan, Sanko, Anik. I'd do that.
Oh my god, that's such a weird but fun group.
I feel like it could be a lot of fun. You know?
Well, it'd be like it'd be like Gooden, Senko, Anik, who could not work at all.
No, I'd look Gooden, Senko,
Dude,
Rogan.
Dom Cruz, Senko, Gooden.
I'd do Gooden, Senko, Rogan.
That's such a weird one right there.
I know, but I love that, dude.
Dom Cruz, Senko, and Anik.
Fuck it, bring back Mike Goldberg, DC, and Rogan.
They are failing it in Brazil. I just had to drop it.
Mauro Ronaldo, we'll add him. Fuck it, 4-man booth. Dude, remember that time? Dude, holy shit. Remember, since, we talked about this on them a little bit off air. Triller, remember Triller Fight Club whenever Jake Paul fought Ben Askren? They had a 6-man booth.
They're like, Snoop Dogg, they're Ben out there looking like a bag of milk.
They had Snoop Dogg. They had Oscar De La Hoya. They had...
Oscar high as fuck.
Oh, man.
Or drunk, one of the two.
Al Bernstein, who was like, dude, what the fuck am I doing here? I think they had somebody else too. They had a couple other celebrities.
It was fucked.
It was the worst. It was so fucking funny.
Oh, wait, did you see this past week? Because I know we're talking about...
3 max, dude. 3 max.
I know we're going to talk about Bud and Israel, was it Madrigal?
Yeah.
Or Madrigal?
Yeah.
Dude, they kept being like, and yeah, Sean Porter, you fought Terence Crawford. They kept doing a lot of those.
They did. And by the way, dude, Sean Porter.
I felt for Sean because Sean he's like, yeah, I did fight Terence Crawford, and I know very
right
well.
there too. He was that close. I think that's Sean Porter's entire career, unfortunately. But I love me some Showtime Sean Porter. But obviously, it's funny you brought that up because I on the broadcast I noticed like he'd be like, yeah, man, another round for Crawford. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think maybe you're being a little bit biased because you lost to him. Because I don't think this fight's that lopsided. I think he scored at like 9-3 Crawford.
You know what's crazy? I wouldn't say I was that, but I think
I had it 8-4.
I had some,
10. I think he had it 10-2, and I had it 8-4. It was one of those fights where like a lot of the rounds were close, but a lot of the rounds I thought went to Crawford. So I didn't think it was close to. I mean, Eddie Hearn was crying robbery. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Well, dude, Eddie Hearn also. I'm not gonna get into it, but continue.
Anyways, man. Yeah, we gotta rein it in because, dude,
would you think this would be more entertaining if it was a slap fight card, but with these guys?
No.
Okay.
No, I think the only way that this would be more entertaining is if...
Dude, but power slap's the biggest sport in the world right now.
That's what I've heard, actually. That's what I've heard. Dana was on Fox News, notoriously reputable news station.
Talks about it. It's bigger than the NBA, the NFL, the English Premier League, all combined together.
It's genuinely crazy, actually. It's actually bigger than Jesus.
But it's actually growing much faster than Islam globally.
People are saying that power slap might be the greatest sport of all time. No, yeah, man. It is the biggest thing since sliced bread.
But Josh, man, I hate to break it to you, but we're back at your favorite venue.
Yeah, UFC Vegas 95, going down from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. Look, I'm at the point now where it's like, I don't even have to watch these fights because like nothing happens. And we're I guess my question is when is enough? Like we have here's the thing, man.
This was the year. I think this year settled it.
I think this year settled it for a lot of people because it's like, dude, I've been watching. This is something that new fans may not get. Because I see anytime I talk shit about the UFC in a clip or something, they'll be like, "Oh, you're just not a fucking fan." It's like, dude, I've been watching the sport for longer than you've been alive, dude. I see you're fucking born in 2009.
Not even just that, but they'll say you'll bring up stuff that they don't even know about. Like, you remember when we talk about the crypto bonuses?
Yeah,
that poor child.
Yeah, exactly right.
He didn't know. He's like, they give out bonuses every week. It's like, dude,
no, we're talking about the crypto bonuses.
It's actually funny because you make our point.
Exactly.
You didn't even know that they existed.
Exactly. They had crypto bonuses that stopped them after a week, but that's the way they treat the fighters. That's something completely different. Which they treat the fighters like shit. But apparently, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure if you've heard about this. They had the antitrust trial. The judge in the antitrust trial was a year older than Dana and went to high school.
He went to high school with him.
Apparently, it's personal. Dana said 6 months ago when he's asked about it, I had nothing to do with
him and his.
It now has everything to do with him. Oh my god!
What's his name? Went to high school with him too.
Lorenzo. Yeah, Lorenzo Fertitta. Look, man. This card sucks, and I feel like we need to have a wider conversation about the state of the UFC in 2024 because here's the reality, man. The pay-per-view events, a lot of them still hit.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of them still don't.
100%.
And I feel like we're at a point now where it's like, man, we have.
I mean, the pay-per-view opened up the year, man. The one with Strickland and Drinkers. I mean, the fight, great, but the card construction and all of that was just and very rough.
Dude, I remember back whenever UFC 200 happened, And I see people say like excuses. They're like, "Oh, the reason why the UFC sucks this year is because they loaded up everything on 300." I'm like, okay, well, that's 12 fights. That's 12. That's a 12 fight card. You're telling me that you only have enough for 12 good fights across 6 months? That's a bad product then. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'll go back to UFC 200 because I was around for them. I was not watching live at UFC 100, so I'll go back to 200. Use my experience. The cards after that weren't the worst thing of all time. In fact, that week they had 3 cards, all of which were pretty good. That week alone, they had Eddie Alvarez, Rafael dos Anjos. They had Claudia Gadelha against Joanna in another card that same fucking week. And then they had UFC 200. You flash forward a month. They had UFC 202. I remember UFC 202 was such a good card. People were like, oh, it's the real UFC 200.
What was the main event for that?
Connor Nate. They had Glover Rumble on there. They had Mike Perry's debut. They had another big Cowboy Cerrone against, I think, Matt Brown on there. Like, they had enough to have multiple good cards in a year after their big stacked card.
Dude, and you think about like those guys and their marketability and all of that and the hype. Like, it was well done.
And it's like, well, the reason why the UFC sucks this year is because they loaded up everything on 300. It's like, man, like, if you only have enough for like, then like, dude, like, come on.
I also like
that's genuinely.
I think the other thing
you have 12 good fights for a year.
I think the other thing too is we're struggling on building other people, other personalities, other stars. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because they also don't have other people to fall back on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have that many cowboys in the UFC now, if any, really. You know, Kevin Holland kind of carrying the torch there. You know?
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of guys like that now readily available. Robbie Lawler, you know, too. Yeah. Older, but you know, got that kind of guys that they could kind of fall back on. Where like they're not maybe champs or not contenders necessarily at that time or yet, but you want to watch. You're like, fuck yeah, do Cowboys money? I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, exactly. You know? But the thing is, man, and a lot of that's by design. They have these guys who are not. They don't really care. It doesn't matter if you're good or not anymore. It just matters of can you fill a slot, because we need to save on money. Because we have to give another big bonus to Dana and guys like that. So we need you to make 10 and 10. So we're going to go ahead and cut people who fighters that will actually care about. We're just going to bring in half our roster is just filler now. And that's the unfortunate part.
And make them go through a contender series rather than just signing
established
guys.
And you just got to think about it. Think back to season 1, for example. Season 2. They were giving out 1 contract a show, 2 contracts a show. Guys like Chris Curtis who won like spinning heel kicks were not winning contracts.
Brendan Longden
did not get a contract. You think about it, and it's like, but now they're giving out 5 contracts some weeks because they're like, all right, bro, these guys are cheap labor.
It was over when they signed Danielle Wolf.
It's a good point. That's a very good point.
Because
she was not UFC caliber at all. But like, dude, you look at this card, and obviously it's 1 card, but if it were just this 1 card, we wouldn't be talking about it. We have a card like this once a month. Or 2 times a month. They're at the Apex with a combined this entire card, Angel. I want you to take a guess. Don't look at the screen right now. Look at me. How many ranked fighters do you think are on this card, Angel?
2.
Well, you would be wrong.
2 or 3 max.
It's 4. You have 4 ranked fighters. You have Marcin Tybura ranked number 8. Sergey Spivak ranked number 9. Giannis Santos.
Okay.
It's bantamweight.
Okay, but fucking look at the state of that fucking division, dude.
I know. There's about 17 women.
I could be ranked in that division if I chopped off my dick.
I know. There are about 17 women total at women's bantamweight. So yes, of course, there's 2 women who are ranked there.
But even then, just to put it in perspective, right?
Like, you're not wrong. It's a terrible division. Excuse me. Carol Rosa. Excuse me. The number is 5. Carol Rosa ranked number 12. She's fighting on this one as well. So you have 2 ranked male fighters on this card. 2, and they're in the main event, and it's a rematch. Who won their first fight?
Why do I feel like Tybura got an upset?
Is that your pick? You're going with Tybura?
I'm going to say he got it. I think he won the fight. I want to say it was Spivak, but I feel like for some reason he got the upset.
He won. He beat him by a unanimous decision back in February of 2020. I watched this sport.
I don't even think it was an upset. I think at the time it was on Spivak.
Correct. I watched this sport more than anything else. I've been watching it for a decade. I cover it for a living. I couldn't tell you a single fucking thing that happened in that fight. And I know I watched it because those guys are memorable. And that fight was memorable. And they were like, yeah, these guys got to headline this card in a meaningless fight.
By the way, Marcin Tybura is 38 years old.
Yeah. It's if this were 1 week, we wouldn't be talking about it, but it's more than every week. And it's so disappointing because, like, dude, they could do fun things.
And dude, the other thing to fuck it up too, it's not like they even like made the card with like no disrespect yet. Granted, the fights need to play out. Like fun guys in there. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like for me, like one of the does stick out would be the co-main Chepe Mariscal, Damon Jackson. But also those guys aren't like no disrespect to them. Right now, they're not co-main, in my opinion, co-main fighters. Guys that deserve to be in that position. That's meant for young contenders that are either rising through, really right on the verge of breaking through, or already established and ranked guys, maybe fighting a young guy, giving him the opportunity, you know, so on and so forth, or a superstar or whatever.
Yeah. And it's just, they don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck about half of their product, which is bizarre to me. Because like they load up pay-per-views. That's what they do now. They load up pay-per-views and fight nights they don't care about.
Which I think is good that pay-per-views are still being taken. But granted, though, every now and then, though, you'll get a pay-per-view where
UFC 301 in Brazil,
where the main card is strong, but the undercard is pretty weak, or the inverse.
Yeah,
the main event's probably really good, but the fight's 100 and the co-main maybe aren't as great quality as the main event, and the prelims and the free actually what you didn't pay for ends up being the best part.
Yeah, and look, man, I love MMA, but it's just like, dude, boxing compared to UFC this year, it's so much like
the last 2 years now. They're riding a wave.
They really are, and I love MMA. But goddamn, it's just so disappointing lately. It's so disappointing. Like previewing this card, I don't even really like. All right, let's preview it, dude. Okay, who do you got in the main event? I'm gonna go Tybura.
I'm gonna go Speedwalk. Like I said, I think he gets it back.
All right, co-main event: Chepe Mariscal, Damon Jackson. Banger fight. I actually like it, but neither one of these guys are ranked, and this fight has no significance.
Just you wait, Josh. Chepe Mariscal is to be ranked 15.
I'm going to take Chepe Mariscal. So I'm assuming you're in agreement with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What you want to talk about? Alan Nascimento, Jafil.
Did you actually zoom in? I actually want to see, dude.
What about Yusuf Zalal, Jarno Aaron? Did we talk about that one?
All jokes aside, I think Alan Nascimento, Jafel Filau will actually end up being a good fight. But the thing is, they're good fighters. They're just not built up. They're not established. They don't have a following yet.
All right, Giannis Santos, Chelsea Chandler. Do you got?
Jesus Christ, that's the meme fight of the century there, dude.
What about Carol? What about two guys who don't have a Wikipedia page? Who you got there, man?
Dude, by the way, have Carol Morrison and Panic Gazette already fought? I feel like they have.
I'm sure they have because they don't have any creative matchmaking, so they just keep on matching up people, hoping they don't notice.
That feels like a fight that either happened or was scheduled.
So they did not fight.
I think I see it right there, funny enough. Could be wrong.
So
you have an eye in there.
They have not been booked against each other. This is actually a new one. Good for them. But yeah. I mean, I don't give it. I mean, dude, I don't. Are you and the boys hanging out for this one?
Dude, I was thinking about that. Like, I was like, there's no way we're hanging out for this, right? Like,
there's no reason.
It's not even, it's fucked up. We hang out every single weekend. Then it's like, the card isn't ever necessarily like a big important thing always. We'll still hang out. We'll still watch fights, because maybe some bangers. But this is the first week. Then there was another time this year where I was like, I'm not going to, is it even worth going to hang out and watch this?
Yeah, because it's like, what's the point? Like, there is no point.
Because, at least in some cards, we're like, oh, we got this fight to look forward to, or this fight to look forward to. I don't think there's anything on here that I look forward to. There is maybe 2 fights that I have any interest in.
Yeah. And I'm somebody, and look, dude, we will come on here and give credit when it's due. If it's a good UFC Apex card, we do that very often. And I've eaten crow whenever it turns out to be a good show, and I talk shit on it beforehand. This card, it's like, dude, I don't see any way.
I have little to no hope to this.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I could go out. Like, if you're like a UFC fan, it's like,
dude, if they could put out ratings, this will be an all-time low.
It would, because like, why would you watch it? There's no reason to watch these cards. Like, they're non-canon. They're non-canon cards. That's what they are, dude.
It's filler, dude. It's filler. It's filler like anime, dude. It's a filler episode of
exactly.
anime.
It's like it's the Fly episode of Breaking Bad, except that was funny. You know what I mean?
It's like, what the fuck, dude? Naruto was just wait, what? We're on a side,
dude. Why is Naruto just running around this village for the whole episode and nothing's happened? Why am I watching him just eat food right now? Well, what's that? There's a big quest going on. They have to go fucking stop. Anyways, so this card's non-canon. I don't care about it. And it's like, dude, the sport of MMA is just in such a...
I will say, though, Josh, we are blessed next week, though, because we will be coming back to a pay-per-view next week. Papa Bless. The Style Bender versus Rikas Duplessis.
And a very, very good main card. But even then, like, the undercards...
That is once again.
There are some fights I like. I'll say that.
There's fun fighters, but it does end up falling short on that half.
Exactly. It's like,
and granted, that is because of the location.
And you know what? I'll go ahead and say this. as of now, there's a UFC card set for. Oh, I guess that must have got updated literally right now.
Really? Why do you say that?
Dude, this got updated a minute ago. That's crazy.
That's fucking comedy.
So, not a minute ago. It looks like 31 minutes ago, but I hadn't refreshed the
Half an
page.
hour ago, okay.
Yeah, so I was going to say, we had no main event for UFC Vegas 96, which was the week after UFC 305. Now we do have a main event. Jared Cannonier, Kyle Baralo.
I thought this was already confirmed.
Maybe they just made it official as the main event, but I saw yesterday they had not announced it. So, and then I went literally today.
Wait, so can you go back to the card? I'm just kind of curious. I know it'll be like 2 weeks before we talk
In
about
the
it.
Apex, Jared Cannonier, Kyle Baralo, Edmund Shabazi, and Gerald Mearshart, Michael Morales, Neil Magny. Like, this is not a bad.
This will be a fun card. This
is not a bad Apex
card.
card.
I think this is a good card.
But even then, half of this card is still throwaway. You know what I mean? That's kind of
there
issue.
is some in the construction of it because you're not wrong. Like, and the placement of fighters and all that.
Why is Victoria Leonardo still in the UFC?
Hey, bro, she beat Mandy Bohm. Dude, like, come on, 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago.
The way you just, bro, she beat Mandy Bohm
In England, dude. She beat her in
Dude,
England, dude.
You're like, shut up, bro. What are you talking about?
What are you
man?
talking about?
Taking on Wayne.
She might have had 2 losses before that, and then lost one right after.
Well, she's fighting Wayne Kong, so I mean, we'll see how it goes.
newcomer, and they're trying to set her up.
Yeah, they're really setting her up. But look, dude, that's UFC Vegas 95. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, like, can you get rid of Victoria Leonardo real quick?
It's like, dude, how is she still here? No offense to her, she's an Invicta veteran, very nice woman. I'll say that, very nice woman, and she comes to swing and bang. The issue is that
she might be back soon.
she might pull a Kay Hansen, friend of the show, and go back to Invicta. So.
What's her name? Jennifer Maya, right?
Yeah, Jennifer Maya headlining a show I think next month.
Colorado?
Yeah,
or
Colorado.
KC?
Colorado, unfortunately. So I was like, "Fuck, dude, can't wait to go to the next one." They immediately started going on. So I'm like, "Fuck."
I do want to but they do have one confirmed after that in Kansas, right?
Oh, I think so. I believe so.
I need to ask for that off because I do want to go. Just support the gals.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anyways, we're gonna break into the news. I mentioned boxing earlier. Terence Bud Crawford, Angel. This guy, look, say what you will about the closeness and the competitiveness of the fight, ends up defeating what's officially Madrimov. I don't want to fuck up his name. Israel Madrimov by unanimous decision. He wins yet another title. This is his first one up at 154. He's now a 4-division champion from a lightweight to light middleweight, and officially now holds a title 154. Actually holds 2 titles, excuse me. WBA and WBO, the WBO interim light middleweight title. Look, dude, first fight in a year. It was a closer fight than a lot of people thought. Still picks up the win, though. Stays in contention for a Canelo Alvarez fight. Is that still the fight you want to see for Bud?
Selfishly, yes.
Yeah.
And for the payday for both of those guys.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, since he got these titles, I think he's now in a class with 4 other fighters, I believe is what they said. I know 2 of them are Manny Pacquiao and Roberto Duran. I do not know who the 2 others are off the top of my head.
I think there's more than 4, but don't quote me on that.
Really? Or 5? I can't remember, 5 or 6. I know it's not a big amount.
It's not a huge list. So, okay, so here we go.
But you found the full list?
Thomas Hearns, Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Pernell Whitaker, De La Hoya, Leo Gomez. But for some reason, his is not highlighted. Is that one a technicality, maybe?
It's weird.
Okay, whatever. Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez.
See, but is this 4 or more than 4? Because I think some of these guys have more.
Some of these guys have more than 4.
Okay, see, that's what it is. That's what's throwing it off.
So there have been roughly 23 people who have done it. 22
with 4 plus.
Correct. Now, there are guys, like, for example, Manny Pacquiao was a 4-division champ, but that guy, do you know how many he actually won it in? Like, all said and done. It's going to blow your mind.
Wait, what's the question?
Manny Pacquiao. Do you think, how many divisions do you think he won it? A title in?
I think it was 7, right? Was it something crazy like that?
It's 8.
It's 8 or 7. I knew it was something crazy.
Yeah, it's 8. So it's insane. But it's my go.
Well, he damn near fought like at minimum weight, right? Like a very some of the lowest weight.
He started
classes.
off boxing at 16. Yeah, at 112, I think.
I was gonna say some of the lowest, as low as you can get.
Exactly. But anyways, man, shout out Bud. It was look, dude. I don't think this was a robbery. Some people were crying robbery. I didn't get that at all.
Mental illness, right there.
Straight up mental illness. It was a close fight, but I thought Bud clearly won. I think it's one of those fights where it's like, okay, all the rounds are pretty competitive and close, but I still think Bud edged him out. So I think I give him 8 rounds, but it's like those 8 rounds were very close. It's not like, he didn't, just because I'm saying he won 8 rounds doesn't mean it was like, he dog walked him or anything. But yeah, man, I would love to see him fight Canelo Alvarez still. Some people are like, oh, now they look that way. I'm not sure about it. I'm like, dude, first time in a weight class, first time in a new weight class. I mean, I'm going to give him a pass. And Madrimov, he only had 11 or 12 pro fights. He was undefeated. But the guy had like 200 amateur fights. Great amateur. Bro. Yeah, something insane. And I'm willing to give him a pass, especially when it's a fight that he actually did win. So it's like, why am I going to freak out about that?
Also, like, he was a hard fight. Like, it was a fun fight. It was a fun, like, it wasn't like a war or anything, but yeah, I genuinely, I don't know about you, I genuinely had a good time because there was an intensity to it because I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Yeah. Well, the thing is for me, it's like anytime Bud started going, Madrimov would break him out of that rhythm. Yeah. He would just find a way to stifle him.
And also that guy never, and this was someone else highlighted, he never left the game plan. That movement, dude, was that weird kind of movement he did, never stopped.
Yeah.
For 12 rounds, he did the same thing. And it must have been the biggest like mental battle to not like check out for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hey man, that's a kid, only 29, I believe. We'll see him back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we do have some other stuff to go over.
This is probably the biggest news of the week.
Oh, I would say so. UFC 308, Dana White, man. Sometimes he does this. He got on Instagram, dropped it, just took his dick, threw it out on the table. Ends up announcing the entire
Mandingo, dude.
Almost Mandingo. Almost the entire UFC 308 main card. We got 4 fights, so not 5.
Oh, so we're missing one.
Yeah. Holloway, Topuria main event. We knew that one was going to happen.
Josh, you already know who the next fight is. It's going to be Shara Bullet, dude. Come on.
I know.
Why
against Nick Diaz. No, Nick's not flying.
It's all good, buddy. I got you.
Nick's not flying to Abu Dhabi, dude. But yeah, we'll see Shara Bullet against somebody. Anyway, so Holloway, Topuria in the main event. In the co-main event, 5 rounds. Robert Whittaker, Hamzat Chimaev. So we'll see who Whittaker ends up fighting.
You saw that, right? People were like, man, I'm excited. Whittaker just next fight got announced and it was like TBD.
Yeah, we can't wait to see Rob Whittaker fight. Fucking
to be determined.
Exactly, dude. He's gonna fight Chris Curtis on short notice or some shit. Anyways,
I think Chris Curtis has a fight lined up, right?
No, he does. He's fighting Kevin Holland. I'm just joking.
I just couldn't remember who it was.
Yeah, no, he's actually. Anyways, man, he's fighting Nasruddin Imavov. Actually, no.
Dude, it's crazy because this is like the one fight like at the top end of 180, like outside of Sean Strickland that Whittaker hasn't gotten yet.
I know,
and even then, it should probably be Strickland instead of Chimaev.
Yeah, and I have no idea how this fight's gonna turn out either. It's such a dude. I love Whittaker, man.
Dude, the first time I was like so excited, so anxious going into it, and then got fucking pulled away from me, dude. Robbed from me.
Dude, the fact that Whittaker looked that fucking good though.
Like they literally took that child out of my arms.
I know. Hey man, up, dude. Hey man, but he fought a dog and he still took him out in a round. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not even a round. It's like a minute. But anyway, Cyril Gane against Alexander Volkov. You would assume it's a heavyweight number 1 contender
100%, 100%. Let's go, champ.
Letch rematch of a fight that happened.
Let's go, champ. Let's go.
July 2020.
If I'm gonna do it, I gotta sell it like Shannon.
I know. Bon Gaimon picked up a unanimous decision win whenever they fought last time. And then we also have Magomed Ankalaev.
That wasn't an easy fight for Gane either, by the way.
No. And by the way, Magomed Ankalaev facing Alexander Rochus. They really fucking hate that guy, huh?
Every Magomed Ankalaev fan dropped to their knees in the Walmart parking lot.
I was at work and I just instantly fell. I was like, fuck, dude, come on. Like,
and then your coworker's like, Josh, are you okay?
And I'm like, no.
They're like, what happened?
I'm like, they're gonna make Magomed Ankalaev fight yet another guy.
They're like, your coworker's like, excuse me?
And I'm like, it's like they won't let him fight Bahia. And it's just so upsetting to me.
You gotta make
like, what are you talking about?
It's like me explaining to my coworker why I dropped to my knees.
Dude, I literally at my job, like, nobody watches MMA. It's like, it's so upsetting. Because I tell people, right? I'm like, oh yeah. Like, because I feel
dude, I've had people come through like my job and all my other jobs, and like no one really knows much, if any. It's heartbreaking.
But typically
if it is, it's the most casual of casual people. If anything, I ran into people in public and I've been wearing like a shirt, where I got like Manscaped stuff on.
Yeah, and
people ask me like, hey, like what's that all about? I was like, oh, I sponsored that. What's your podcast about? And then I go and there's I haven't met like an actual like at least a car like slightly above a like a casual, like a novice, I'd say. I haven't even met like a novice really randomly. Yeah. It's actually devastating.
Yeah,
that I just haven't met randomly.
Yeah, same. I mean, I still tell everybody about the podcast. I'm like, yo, subscribe.
100%. And I always tell people, I always talk about the sport in a positive light. I'm like, hey, check it out, recommend it. Like you should follow it. Like it's to me. I mean, it's life. It changed my life.
Yeah, I agree with you. But look, man, this is a banger card. October, Abu Dhabi.
We're back
and
in the desert.
Yeah,
actually, well, not the desert, it's the island. Actually,
yeah, the island. Yeah, UAE. I mean, it's a banger card. Very confused about some of the matchmaking here. Like, I mean, I think Uncle Ive, like, holy shit, I've never seen.
He took the fight though. I'm curious to see what the offers were. I wonder if it's Rockets or nothing.
It had to be Rockets or nothing.
But I will say the one positive thing he has for Rockets is coming off a knockout loss.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a positive for him. And then obviously Holly Taporia, the banger fight makes sense. Whitaker Chimaev makes sense. Gone Volkov, a little bit weird to me considering they fought, just 3 years ago. But I do get it because Volkov's been winning a lot. If you can get past him, he'll get the title shot. So it is what it is.
And no matter what, there had to be a point in time where they had to fight again.
Yeah. By the way, who the fuck is gonna headline that France card now? Yeah, right.
Is
Imavov booked? Nasruddin Imavov?
It might be him probably.
I think you're probably right, but that's kind of like I hate to say it's kind of a week.
Can we do a quick fact check on that?
We're gonna fact check. Yeah, we're gonna fact check.
I'm kind of curious now.
Oh, wait a minute. I think, if I remember correctly, he's going to face Brendan Allen at UC Paris.
There you go.
I don't know if that's main event, though. Let me see. Wow, thanks, guys. That's not even...
Just hit that one.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Okay, here we go.
And then click that right there. UFC Fight Night.
So, yeah, it has not been made a main event, but...
Brandon Allen going into enemy territory.
With Cyril Gahn booked, I don't know who else it could be.
They 100% moved it, right?
They're giving Moicano the main event according to Tapology?
Wait, Saint Denis? Yo.
According to Tapology, I don't
Moicano.
think that has not been announced by the UFC, but according to Tapology.
I'm sure it'll be switched. I think it'll probably be Moicano main event or co-main. Allen and Imov co-main, if not the other way. I mean, we know it to be either one of those two guys. Umar Sy back.
We got Eileen Perez back. We got William Gomez back.
Joe Anderson Brito in there too.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. I guess we figured out the UC.
That's a good card. I gotta give him credit. With no beef. No gone.
No beef.
They made it work.
Yeah, I agree with you. But look, man, banger UC 308. We'll see it. Just 2 months away, man. Very excited for it.
This one's a hard one to talk about.
This is a very hard one to talk about, but I feel like
it has to be talked about.
It has to be talked about because it's such big news, and
especially if it's not
making
true.
The rounds.
And if it's important to talk about, especially if it's not true and if it is true.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. A lot of people are going to coming out with hot takes about it. I don't think
there is no hot take.
There's no hot take here. So Alex Bahia, Powhatan, UC light heavyweight champion, was accused by a TikToker this week. I don't know. She's not that famous, right? She only has she's not like that famous.
But her real career, Josh, is.
Oh, you're right. So she's a TikToker. Her real career is she does OnlyFans.
God damn it, Josh! The algorithm's gonna fuck us.
I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. So that she does OF. How about that?
There you go. Thank you.
She does OF, and she accused Alex Bahia of
rape.
Yes, sexual assault. Should be able to get through the censors, something like that, right? During UFC 302 fight week,
he forced himself.
He forced himself upon her. And apparently at a hotel room. She actually has pictures of the two of them together, which is not good.
This is all alleged.
And this be very clear. There has been no police report filed. There is no civil court. This is just her allegations, her word against not even his word. He has not acknowledged this. He's not spoken about this. UC has not released a statement, nothing. We're very early on. This just came out last night.
Yeah, it's not even been 24 hours, I think, since it's all been kind of blowing up.
That is correct. And I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than, look.
Brennan, it's the start of the week. It's Tuesday. A lot can happen. And
yes.
Today or in the next few days.
And we'll wait and see. But we talk about MMA news. This is a story that's going to be big.
It has to be followed.
Yeah.
Because if these allegations are to be true, that is
horrendous
and heartbreaking. And then if they are also not true, it's important because that is a defamation of a very successful individual, and that's not okay. And anybody who'd be in that situation.
Yes, and here's the reality. For some reason, people online have brain worms. They're like RFK Jr., man. They got a worm up in there, and they just can't acknowledge two things to be true at the same time. Here's the reality. False accusations can absolutely ruin lives. know people with false accusations, and I know that it's
also,
a very
people
real
are saying
thing.
like, why would she wait 2 months? I'm like, dude, there's people who don't come out for years.
Because it's a fucking dude. It's one of the worst things you do, human being. Just in terms of humiliation too, in terms of doing something that you don't want to do, and it's like it's a really tough thing to mentally deal with that. You know what I mean? So that's one part of it too. And then people are instantly writing off, oh, she's an OnlyFans chick. Why should we listen to her? It's like, dude, you guys have porn brain. Like, that's still a real human being, dude. Like, that's literally
you let them know, Josh.
You guys have porn brain. That's still a real human being. Like, just because they do OnlyFans for a job doesn't mean that's not a human being with emotions, feelings, and they fucking exist. And
they have a family.
They're not, dude, like, you have to be, I mean, dude, some of the comments I've seen online, like,
oh, dude, they're horrendous.
They're genuine. Like, these people are in our society.
Dude, not even,
like,
these people work jobs. These people might.
I mean, I don't know about that.
Okay, no, but I'll just say this could be
I
this could be your nurse. This could be your doctor. This could be your teacher.
I know.
This could be your electrician. This could be your bank. You know, the bank employee. This could be a person at the restaurant making your food.
Yeah,
you know, like.
And it's like, these people exist, and they're just saying, it's like, oh, that's not because she's an only. It's like, dude, like, what the fuck is, like, what, like.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's just horrendous. Like, people just, I don't know what it is. I think it's like an online thing. Like, they just feel like they don't have to have empathy, and they don't feel like
I think everybody should just be patient, wait, respect both parties.
Yeah. And we'll see. And I don't think it needs to be a hot take here. We don't have to say one thing. It's all it is. It's allegations right now, and we'll see where it leads.
Her word versus his word.
And we'll see what happens.
Like you said, he hasn't said anything. But.
And we will see what happens. And like I said, false accusations can ruin lives, but you know, also ruins lives. Sexual assault, dude. Like, it's her fucking. It's one of the worst things you can do to a human being, I think, in my opinion. So we'll take it one step at a time, but I think a lot of the hot takes in both directions have just been terrible, you know. And like I said, this is some of the worst. This is some of the worst the MMA media or the MMA community has ever been for me on Twitter, dude. Like, this actually made me lose hope in humanity once again, and I've lost hope in humanity years ago. Yeah, this just furthers my point of how I feel about the world and people and all of that. And my opinion on the existence of actually genuinely good people in the universe. How I think it's a small, it's an almost non-existent amount. Yeah. Well, and I saw some people who were like, look at the date she said it happened. She posted on OnlyFans that same day. I'm like, that could have been like an auto post. That could have been. She could have someone managing her account. I guarantee all of them that are. She was just trying to move on, still go through the motions, and try to exist. Like, that's all. I mean, you know. So some of those things people are saying, just like, holy shit, dude. Like, imagine if that was your fucking sister, dude. Imagine if that was your mom. And I did see like, have you guys not talked to women at all? Like, that's literally it though. Because if you've ever talked to a woman, it's like, dude, they're not these like creatures from another dimension. No, they're just human beings like you and me that just have fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's insane to me. Some of the shit that people say online on Twitter. You know what I mean? Fearlessly too, dude. Yeah. Fearlessly. With their fucking picture and face in it. Oh, with like the picture of like fucking Murad Dashwala-Savili being like, yeah, bro, she deserved it, or like it didn't happen or whatever. It's like, dude, like you don't have to be like that. Like, and you don't got like, I don't know. Be better. Just be better, man. Like, it's like you said, it's the worst MMA community has ever acted, in my opinion. I've never seen anything. I don't think I've ever seen anything worse. Like, yeah, pervy shit and all that, but you know that's gonna happen no matter what. I remember back whenever Connor got accused of some stuff, like, which nothing turned out to be of it. They're like, holy shit, he brought a grenade into the bathroom. But like, but there was at least a more even response. I'm seeing like nothing but hate towards this woman. By the way, if you watch I shouldn't laugh. They talked about it on the Jackson podcast. Just so you know, you should check it out. Okay. They talked about that specific scenario. Oh, the Connor situation. Oh yeah. Well, never mind. Just the Connor one is. You're talking about the Heat game. Yes. That one was absurd, dude. I mean, that one was bad, and that one was disproven within like 2 hours. It's like. Yeah. Here's her partying with Connor, heading into the, like, you know what I mean? Like, just whatever. But people were like, damn, Connor, bringing a 6 to the bathroom? You know, like, this is the comments you're seeing, dude. Yeah, dude. And in this case, it's like, dude, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just terrible. And we'll see what happens. That's all I got to say about it. This next topic is almost as depressing. No, it's not good, though. Manny Pacquiao fought in Super Rise 3 last month. Fought to a draw in an exhibition against Rookie Riaka Anpo, I think, or something. I don't know. Former K1 welterweight champion, sparred Sean Strickland. It was a fun fight, back and forth. It was an exhibition. Well, there you go. If you guys ever seen that video, Sean Strickland fight or sparring that guy fought Manny Pacquiao earlier this month. There you go. And it was a banger. It was pretty fun. It's back and forth. If I had to give it the decision, I'd give it to Pacquiao, but it was closer than you would expect given the fact that one guy's a kickboxer.
But also, like, how much do you think Manny prepared?
Exactly.
I bet you didn't. Did you watch any? There's a lot of stuff to it.
So Ryan Garcia was there in attendance. By the way, don't know how he was able to get clearance into Japan. That's another subject. But Ryan Garcia,
Dude, they let Neon into Japan, dude. They'll let anybody.
Well, I mean, that's the worst thing to strike.
I think Neon.
Japanese
I don't know.
soil.
Actually, I don't even remember Neon went to Japan. I know Speed went to Japan.
Okay, well, I have no problem with Speed, honestly. I think as far as like the whole new generation of streamers,
Speed's actually on the better end.
yeah, I mean, I think he's annoying as fuck. He's not for me, but like he seems like a relatively good dude. So whatever, Neon though, I mean, look, dude. I take that back. Sneeko is probably the worst one. You know what I mean? Sneaker's a straight up pedophile. I have no problem saying that. Like we should
PDF file.
He's a PDF file, and if you're with him, fuck you. That's all I gotta say about it. I've seen enough clips, bro. Come on. But Ryan Garcia, who flew to Japan and was there in attendance, he then got in the ring. He shook the hands of both. He's like, I want to fight both of you. And afterwards, obviously the assumption being that he's gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. He's not actually gonna fight Ampo. And then he faced off with Manny backstage. And then he did a stream later in the week with Vitaly where they were catching pedophiles. That's
Vitaly ZDTV.
Another story for another day. Where he said he is officially fighting Manny Pacquiao in an exhibition later this year, likely December, and likely Japan. So give me your thoughts, Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. This fight was rumored 3 years ago. It's gonna be an exhibition, a little bit different. What do you think?
So be it.
Yeah.
So be it. I'm
You're
down.
cool with it?
I'm down. Yeah, it's in Japan. It'll be fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Especially since Ryan's banned right now. What else is he gonna do? We're
Yeah,
suspended.
He can't fight till next April. So
It's gonna be a while.
if it's gonna be an exhibition,
But even then, he could get a fight like the good old John Jones. Well, we'll have a fight right there.
Yeah,
Day
like,
after you get
shit. April 20th. How about the 23rd in New York? Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure that's what's gonna happen.
100%. And they're like against Devin Haney too.
The rematch, bro. Like,
Yeah,
no,
dude,
look, dude,
the rematch would be big.
it would be big.
It's gonna be big.
Whenever it
if
happens.
those guys don't fight again,
If Ryan doesn't end up getting life in prison by the time next April, they should rerun that fight. Let's hope he's still there because he's doing some crazy shit.
it's okay. He'll be fine.
But I hope he's fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But he is going to fight Manny Pacquiao. I like that. If it's an exhibition, I like that. If it's a pro fight, I hate that. That's my thoughts.
Who do you hate it for?
Manny.
Okay.
I hate that for Manny.
I mean, he's gonna be in Japan, dude. I mean, do you think they'll both? What if they both got tested and they both tested positive for steroids?
Are you trying to tell me that Manny Pacquiao was on steroids, Angel? Are you trying to seriously tell me?
I'm not saying anything, and I'm not saying that.
Are you trying to tell me a guy that went from 112 all the way to 154 is packed on some muscle, looked ridiculous in his prime? Are you trying to tell me that guy did steroids? For the record, love steroids. That's not my problem. So,
holy shit, are you the CEO of Karate Combat?
Yeah. No, dude, President Awesome, is that who you're talking about?
I love that guy.
Azim? Yeah, dude, I fucking love that guy, dude. He's like, yeah, man, I don't drink water. Did you see that clip?
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
This motherfucker. He's like, I only do steroids. I don't drink water. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I juice. I do a lot of juicing. I don't drink water.
Literally juices.
I don't believe in drinking water. And I'm like, yeah, of course he doesn't. I love this guy. Like,
I don't know about that. I drink water.
Anyways, man, you ever see Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao? It'll be fun. That's all I got for news, man. Anything else we talk about before we go and close out of here?
No, I mean that's it, man. Luckily, next week we're safe. Like I said, with the pay-per-view, we'll be back in action. We'll be going through the motions.
Yes, sir. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Josh Evanoff. He's at Angel Ortega _01 at Courtside Sound for all things relating to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. See you next week.